Hibachi 2007 back at you with another one. You know, here at the channel, we covered two stories here extensively back a couple months ago. One regarding the sassy trucker who went over to Dubai and thought she could get ratchet with those people and acted Karen with them over there. And she messed around and found out. And now we have that student who has gone recently over there and done likewise, actually putting her hands on the security guard, the airport security. And then the story of Carlee Russell we covered. This is the Alabama chick who pretended to go missing because she saw a little boy, a baby on the side of the road, like Dave Chappelle, but she really didn't, and faked her whole disappearance. And we covered both of those cases extensively. So here now we have updates on both of those coming down in the past week that we want to get into. Before we get into those in the detail, please take a moment to like. Hit the like button. It'll really help me out to work through the algorithm and grow the channel so we can keep bringing you this content. If you hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. And we're right back to the program. So we have Miss Elizabeth Santos here, and she went to Dubai and decided to jump fool over there with the airport security. And we went through in our video and talked about how her and her attorneys would try to claim some nonsense about she just gently touched the security guard on her arm. No, she jumped bad and assaulted that woman, and she was arrested for insults and assaults. She was running that mouth, talking crazy to those people, just like the sassy trucker, and they don't play that over there. Then she took it a step further and put her hands on people. So since the newspaper articles on the web are all over the place, I asked Bing's AI, did she get convicted? Because that's what I've read previously in one article. But now I understand she returned home, but the news articles weren't really making that point. They were just saying she returned home to New York now. So we got the answer here. Yes, Elizabeth Santos was convicted in Dubai. She was detained in Dubai since July for allegedly touching an airport security guard. She assaulted her. She was accused of assaulting and insulting the officer and faced up to a year in prison. She was sentenced to 1 year in prison on October the 2nd, 2023. However, she was cleared to return home on October 10th, 2023, after paying a fine of $10,000. And I also understand she is barred from going back to the UAE, United Arab Emirates. Had to go ask the AI that question because again, when you read these articles, these are really propaganda pieces because they don't want to hold women accountable. They especially don't want to hold women who check certain cultural check boxes, women of color, women in general. It's like hands off. Nothing can be said to these women. Nothing can be said about these women. They cannot have been said to have done anything wrong. And these Karens are just allowed to run wild and never be held accountable in America by law enforcement, typically, nor by the American media. So we see this MSN article. You can read it, some of it for yourselves. This talks about her being a student, and she just touched the arm of the officer, and they were stripping her naked. She had on a girdle, which can often be used for drug smuggling or other contraband smuggling. They had her take it off. They were letting her put it back on. And on top of insulting the people, she decided to put her hands on the officer, and she got arrested and charged appropriately, as far as we can tell. Everything else is just a bunch of propaganda. That's why I had to go ask AI, because here it doesn't even mention this whole article that they talk about all this. They don't even mention she was convicted. They don't even mention she was convicted of crimes. It's all about, oh, poor her, and what happened to her, and how she's so unfairly detained, because she tells a propaganda story that she gently touched the security guard. Because, yeah, that's how New York women act. They're real gentle, and they just gently touch a security guard. That's how the confrontation went, sure. But we have another woman who's being held accountable. The UAE authorities held Elizabeth Santos accountable, and Alabama authorities have now held Carlee Russell accountable. She was found guilty of false reporting on 2 counts. She probably could have got hit up with some more, but she got off with just 2 counts. And according to this article, a Hoover Municipal Court judge stated that each charge, 1 count of false reporting to law enforcement authorities and 1 count of false reporting an incident, includes 6 months in jail time, and it should be 6 months each, because she's up to possibly have to serve a year in jail. That's the recommendation from the prosecutors. This article isn't very good either. And they also recommended $831 fine for each one of those offenses. So that's about $1,700 plus $18,000 in restitution for the search. She could have probably also been charged if her employer wanted to press it. She was caught on camera stealing from her employer that day before she went missing. What a dummy that she's going to steal right before she tries to pull a hoax of going missing and gets caught on camera, which made people suspicious from the get-go. Now let's hear a little bit from Pink Book Lesson. She has the story, and we'll get some audio video on Carlee walking in to the courthouse to get her sentencing today, or to plead today, and she'll still be sentenced later. Those are just sentencing recommendations that we read.
He showed no remorse at all before.
Got a little rewind on this.
Carlee, why did you lie? Why did you lie to the public? Why did you lie to the public, Carlee? Where were you for those 49 hours, Carlee? Carlee, where were you for those 49 hours? Do you have anything to say to the community for lying to the community? Everyone was out there searching for you, Carlee. Do you have anything to say? Mr. and Mrs. Russell, anything to say? Why did you lie on national TV? Why did you lie on national TV? Anything to say, Carlee?
Shout out to JLR with JRL Investigates. He was on site in Hoover, Alabama as Carlee Russell bopped her way into the building like she was at New York Fashion Week. She sashayed in there with her lying masculine mama, her daddy, and attorneys.
So there she is, framed up next to her mama, her masculine mama, who went on TV and did this sit-down interview where she lied. She and her husband, especially the mother, could have been charged as well, because they knew if they weren't in, I don't believe, on the hoax initially, but they knew that she had been called. They called her from Carlee called her from a Red Roof Inn, we believe, the first night. After she ended up being gone for 2 nights, and then when she came home, she walked up to the house. She wasn't dropped off. I'm sorry, she was dropped off right near the house, and when she came in, she wasn't beat up or anything. The parents knew what the story was, and they still lied and tried to obscure the facts of what happened to her. Remember in the interview her talking about she had to fight for her life. All my life I had to fight. And the authorities are letting the parents off easy, in my opinion. They should be charged too. We need to have accountability season. These Karens run wild and they pull these stunts and they do all these things. They make the false accusations on paternity. They make the false accusations of assault. They make the false accusations and make false claims just about anything, and think they can do whatever they want, behave any way they want to, get in people's face, talk any way they want to folk. And finally, there's some accountability being brought to some of these women. It's still not where it should be. They want equal rights. They should have equal responsibilities and accountability. And it's really a problem in America. But men, we have to be clear of the type of women we are dealing with. She seemingly did this for the attention of a man, and that man should continue to move on and pay her no never mind, because this is a wreck of a woman, and he's just going to end up like the father, end up a trailing simp just like this man, who just sits there while his wife and his daughter wreak havoc on his life and wreak havoc on his finances, because he's going to be footing the bill for all of this, for that lawyer, probably for much of her fines and restitution, and being made a fool of, sitting there like a hostage in this video while his wife sits over there and lies, and he just goes along with it instead of checking her. But he never has checked her. She runs him. And that's what the boyfriend of Carlee Wilson, who was trying to talk nonsense about leave her alone and all this, that, and the other, that's where he's going to find himself if he's not careful. And that's what we all have to understand about dealing with these women, these type of modern, selfish, self-entitled women. You can't be a masculine man with a masculine woman. And to that point, let's see Carlee Russell's mom in action here.
Her lying mama is also angry at anybody holding them accountable. She literally attacked JLR and slapped his cell phone while he was holding it, trying to take video just like all the other media standing around.
Blame a white man. Why did you blame a white man? Don't touch my phone, lady. Lady, don't touch my phone. Don't touch my phone. Why did you, Miss Russell, why did you grab my phone? Why did you grab my phone, Miss Russell? Why did you lie to national television? Why did you lie to national television, Miss Russell? Why? Why did you go on national television and lie?
Look at that aggressive masculine hyena. This is what you fellas can expect to get if you start down the road of entertaining and tolerating these kind of women. They're going to have you in the courthouse. They're going to have you out there pit bullying you against other men to so-called protect them because they jump in men's face and start crap and then call you in to come get beat or killed for it. Just like with John Morant's mom ruining his finances, ruining his career. They'll have you up in court paying restitution, getting fired from your job, getting locked up, maybe even getting killed behind them and their aggression and their foolishness. And they don't care about anything else but the world revolving around them and their anger and how they want to lash out at anyone and everyone. And it's good that they're getting some accountability, but they should be getting more. We should stop letting women get away with this foolishness and make sure that they are held to account for their actions. Yobachi 2007, I'm out on this one. Brothers, stay clean. Stay away from these masculine women. It ain't nothing cute about it. But what is cute is if you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to come back for more. I'm out.